love hearing that music, don't you? It also means that it's going to be a very, very exciting show. Welcome back, Sunshine Seekers, to Cruise1st TV, where everyone comes for their next best value cruise and stay holiday. I have got some cracking getaways coming up for you for next year, with our first offer whisking you away in January. Now, we're cruising with MSC all the way in this show, and every one of the offers will show you different sides of the Caribbean. We've got back-to-back cruises that maximize your time on board and the destinations to see in one trip. Now, we've got a variety of MSC's fabulous ships as well, from the Seaside class to the fabulous MSC World Europa. Oh, and nothing short of 11 nights in this show, just what we need after our disappointing summer this year. It's payback time with these offers, so let's get started in January, and we're heading off for 16 nights to the Bahamas, the Caribbean and Mexico from Miami, which is exactly where you'll fly to on the 4th of January. And we'll relax first for a night in a Miami hotel. Well, you know what? There aren't many better places before you go on a Caribbean holiday than a night in Miami. Wonderful. Just to relax, do the diners, have a little wander around, and then jump on MSC Seaside for your 2-week cruise. 14 nights of fabulous fun on the Seaside class, which is all about being up on top deck, enjoying the outside, but also enjoying a very, very glamorous inside as well. Yes, it's got the Swarovski staircases. It's got the most beautiful, shining, sparkling interiors. You've got the champagne bar there as well, which is very, very swanky, let me tell you, and great views out to sea. Of course, lots and lots of deck space for you to enjoy the sunshine. We are in the Caribbean. Lots of exciting things to do as well. If you want to do Formula One, there's a simulator inside if you fancy it. There's one of those cinemas as well, where you get all the different sights and sounds and movements inside. Fabulous dining all of the way through. You will be spoilt for choice whether you go main dining or the buffet the whole cruise, or whether you go specialty dining as well. You've got seafood, you've got steak, you've got all kinds of specialty dining. But this is all about where we're going in the Caribbean. We're starting off in January out of Miami into Costa Maya into Mexico. The most amazing part of the Caribbean as well, Mexico. Some big, big adventures that you can have there, enjoying the beaches in the sunshine, doing something like a dune buggy as well, which would be super, super excited. On to Cozumel, which I would love to go swimming with the sea lions. I mean, I've been to a couple of these kind of sanctuaries. There's one down in Cornwall that have sea lions, and to swim with them, I think, would be a very, very special experience. To do it in the sunshine, even better. Then we head into Roatan in Honduras. Again, this is all about water adventures or being on the beach, of course. There'll be many, many excursions on offer from MSC to see other exciting sights and sounds as well. Now, Ocean Key is the private resort, the marine reserve for MSC. So this is your pure paradise for the day. It's just you and the people from the ship there. You're going to have an absolutely wonderful day, very relaxing day there for you before we come back into Miami. But this isn't the end of the cruise. This is some extra time in Miami, because we're doing what we call a back-to-back cruise here, where we're doing 2 cruise itineraries. It's January. We all deserve it. So have fun in Miami, and then we're back into Ocean Key for a second visit here. Now, this is wonderful, and there are excursions that you can take here as well, or you could maybe try snorkeling for the first time, which would be quite a nice thing to do. Right, let's go off into a different direction next, into Nassau in the Bahamas. This is, I always remember, this is Jay McDonald's favorite place in the Caribbean to go shopping. I don't know why that always sticks in my mind as a bit of a fact, but there's lots to do there besides. It would be nice to pick up a few bits and pieces shopping while you're going around the Caribbean. Now we're into San Juan, into Puerto Rico. This is a place where you can very much do old or new. It's quite nice to just go down into the old town, enjoy a coffee and a glass of wine, and just have a few pinch me moments that you are in the Caribbean. And then you're going to the Dominican Republic as well. This is a lovely part of the Caribbean to go and explore. Very famous for the Larimar stone, which looks like the blue sky with the clouds running through it if you like to buy jewellery. There's a rum factory there as well if you fancy whizzing around that. We go then, after a day at sea, back into Miami, and then I'm afraid it's time to come back to the UK. Now remember, this is a bit of a late deal if you think about it. It goes in January. It means that you are off to the airport on the 4th of January to go and fly off to Miami. In the package, you've got your flight to Miami, you've got a night in a hotel there, and then this back-to-back cruise with MSC. Gratuities are included. You're on board MSC Seaside, which is a fabulous ship, around the Caribbean and Mexico. 2 days at the MSC Ocean Key Private Marine Reserve as well. All of this, oh my word, tempting. Very tempting indeed. If you fancy getting away in early January, where it's cold, it's wet and dark and everything else here. If you fancy just after Christmas and New Year, in, let's face it, the longest month of the year as well, January, isn't it? It's ridiculous. 1599, that's 2 weeks of your January. I'm off to the sunshine. Sounds good, doesn't it? You can add premium extra drinks to this as well. Do it when you book and we'll give you a special offer, just £26 per person per night. And when you're in the Caribbean, remember that's all of your soft drinks as well as your alcoholic drinks as well, one at a time responsibly in the Caribbean, for just £26 per person per night. There are other dates on the package as well, going really soon, as soon as November actually, right the way through to March. And obviously the price varies by date, so call the team and talk to them. And also talk to them about adding more nights in Miami. You've got 1 night on this package. If you want 3, 4, 7, just let the team know. Here's the upgrades on board. If you fancy going all the way up to an Araya suite with your wonderful access into the spa and lots of exclusive perks as well, if you upgrade on this one. Good price there considering the length of the cruise for your ocean view and your balcony, but this is, for me, this is all about just being away in the sunshine in January. That's the major objective of this holiday, is just being away. It's January, you know it's tipping it down with rain, or it's possibly snowing or whatever here in the UK. I wonder if we'll get snow this winter. Who knows with our funny old weather, but you certainly know it won't be snowing in the Caribbean. So if you fancy that, 0800 953 4700. I have to say, having just come back from a holiday, I'm ready for the next one. And it's always the way, isn't it? And you're just in search of the sunshine and as much fun as you can possibly get into your holiday. That's brilliant value for money. Again, us working with MSC so closely there, flying you straight to the heart of the action as well, and straight to the sunshine. 0800 953 4700. Right, let's look a little bit more into the future now, but we can do that with low deposits, locking in prices today. This one's for the 21st of September, and we're going to the Caribbean and to Ocean Key again. And we've got a Miami stay included, over 13 nights on this one. And we're flying first again back out to Miami. We've got a night in a hotel there again for you, which is lovely. And this is superb. A wonderful time to get away in September. Obviously, if we've had a summer next year, then that has come and kind of, you know, almost gone by then. It's a nice chance to sort of recapture the summer and the sunshine of that. Miami's fantastic. I mean, lovely experiences to have in Miami. And of course, if you want more than 1 night, just talk to the team. This time we're on MSC Seascape, which is a very nice ship indeed. Again, part of the Seaside class, so very classy indeed. You can see the interiors there, a little bit kind of design influenced by the monuments of the feel and the style of New York. This is really lovely. Now, what you'll love with MSC is the fact that there's always something going on. So whether you're up on the pool deck, whether you're inside, there's always going to be lots of activities going on. There's always going to be a party. There is the Robotron there as well, which I can't wait to get on board when we go away with the cruise with Derek at the back end of this year. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I just know wherever you want to have a great time, wherever you want to grab the sunshine, there are plenty of deck bars, deck spaces, different types of pools as well. You've got the main pool, you've got infinity pools, you've got smaller whirlpools as well to enjoy. And you've got to have a little wander across the Bridge of Sighs as part of your cruise as well, haven't you? It's got to be done. Right, 11 nights. Here we go. First port into Ocean Key, which is the Marine Reserve, of course, for MSC. So you can go snorkeling in those wonderful reclaimed corals there and swim with the tropical fish. Or maybe you can take the zip line adventure if you fancy. We're into Nassau, into the Bahamas here. Lots of water parks that you can go and enjoy. For me, I think I just want to go and wander, do the local markets, do the local shopping, see the local experiences there, or maybe take a tour if you fancy it. Next, we're off to Falmouth, not the one in Cornwall, the one in Jamaica. Jamaica has a very, very warm welcome, of course. You can almost hear the steel drums and the reggae and feel the vibe on the beaches there. Or, of course, you can head to things like the Grotto Caves. Next, we're into the Cayman Islands, and Stingray City, the #1 attraction that you see there, is the most booked excursion on a cruise like this. So if you are fancying doing it, I would book it in advance or book it as soon as you get on to the ship. Now we're back into Miami just for the day, because this is another one of those opportunities when we're doing a back-to-back cruise, which is a really nice thing to do, because you'll have new passengers joining as well. Some people will leave, some people will join, and then you'll cruise back out to Nassau in the Bahamas. This again, second chance maybe to go and see something that somebody that you met on the ship went and did a particular thing in Nassau. Well, now you can go and do it as well. Here's a big bonus on this cruise, because you've now got an overnight, so 2 full days and the whole night at Ocean Key, the Marine Reserve. Now at night they do a bit of a party. There's a lighthouse down there and they get live music down there. There's a DJ, so you can have a bit of a party of an evening as well as the sun sets here in Ocean Key, and a second day to enjoy it before we then come back into Miami for the flight back to the UK. This is pretty good actually if you think about it, and you can book it with a low deposit right now, because we're looking at next September. So £199 each today gets your deposit booked, and it also means that you've got your price locked in as well. So we always have an amazing price with MSC. We very seldomly ever have a late deal with MSC, because the prices are so good in the first place, there's nothing left by the time the actual cruise goes. So deposits today of just £199 each. That's your flight out to Miami, a 1-night stay in a hotel there, and then your 11-night back-to-back cruise, which is full board, remember. Tips are included as well. Sailing around the Caribbean, 3 days at Ocean Key, the private marine reserve for MSC, and of course your flight back from Miami to the UK, all for this glorious price tag. And you'll understand when you see this why there won't be any late opportunities on this. I really doubt it, because there are people from around the world. There are lots of people in the States as well. The States, the American cruise market is going mad for when the MSC ships are out in the Caribbean, because the value is just absolutely ridiculous. And again, with us here at Cruise1st, if you want to add premium extra drinks to this, which is such a big comprehensive unlimited drinks package, soft and alcoholic drinks as well, to be enjoyed responsibly of course, £29 per person per night. Book it when you book the cruise and you'll get the very best value. That's less than half price, and certainly a better price than you would pay if you waited to do it when you're on board. Now there are other dates from April through to October for this cruise package, and if you want to add even more nights in Miami, just do that when you book as well. Here's the magic number, 0800 953 4700. Here's the upgrade prices as well if you want to treat yourself to an ocean view, to a balcony, or the ultimate, of course, in exclusivity, which is the Yacht Club, which is your absolute first class upgrade on an MSC ship as well, where you have a prominent position in terms of your cabin. You have your drinks package built in already. You've got so many more exclusive perks, your own restaurant, your own pool deck, spa access, all kinds of extra perks come with being in the Yacht Club, and lots of people like and love the Yacht Club, try it for the first time, and then they are smitten and they go back again and again and again. We have a good solo price on this package as well, as you can see on screen. It is very good indeed. So if you are cruising solo, nice bargain there for you as well. 0800 953 4700. Right, okie dokie, let's get on one of the new additions to the MSC fleet right now for the 6th of March, not too far away at all, on a package bringing us New York and the Bahamas over 11 nights, which is brilliant. And we're flying first from the UK over to New York, and we've got 3 nights in a hotel there. Lovely, you've got to say it twice, haven't you? It's just got to be done. It's next on the list for me, I have to say. 3 times in a row in Vegas. Love it. We'll carry on going back there. But next place on the list to go and explore, I think, is New York. And 3 nights is just perfect if you haven't been to New York before, because it can be a little bit overwhelming. because there are so many different things to do, but 3 nights is a perfect taster. You could, I'm sure, arrange locally a little half-day tour to see the highlights of it, but you'll know the things you want to see in New York, and you've got plenty of time to do that. Now we're on board with MSC and Meraviglia next, which is fantastic. Love Meraviglia. She's a wonderful class. We did our first cruise with Derek on Meraviglia. And loved it, absolutely loved it. There's the Galleria, the most clever space that you can use in the centre of a ship. It's where all of the bars and restaurants hang off. It's where the shopping is. It's where the parties happen in the middle of the ship. And I'd have to tell you, in terms of your marketplace buffet, oh my word, station after station after station, so many different choices for you. It's brilliant. You could do all of your dining in the buffet and have eaten your way around the world, let me tell you. Absolutely fantastic. Lots of different bars and lounges inside and outside as well. There are nice little bolt holes to escape. There's wonderful bars up on high with great views across the ship as well. Look at the restaurants. I mean, main dining on these ships is a special affair. It's really nice indeed, and it feels very special. And funnily enough, the pub that we just saw there feels like a little escape, like a little bolt hole to just go and escape for a little quiet pint and some fish and chips or something. Really nice. And then you can go upscale, speciality dining. We just saw Butcher's Cut there, which is the speciality steak restaurant, which is just superb. I mean, some of the most sumptuous steaks and brilliant wine lists as well. So they really like to pair things very nicely indeed. Entertainment, lots of different entertainment going on, very visual entertainment, very kind of, you know, acrobatic and kind of circus style as well as your traditional shows. And you can dip in and out of those as much as you want to. There's also a wonderful TV studio there as well, where you can go in and do some karaoke. Lovely. Right, we're going to do a 7-night cruise then. We've got a day at sea and we're heading out to Port Canaveral. First, Kennedy Space Centre obviously is one of the biggest draws here to go in. I just think for us as Brits, you know, we don't have anything like that in the UK, do we? So it's really nice there to go and explore and see. Then we move on to Ocean Key, which is the private reserve for MSC. So it's just you and the passengers on the ship on this private reserve island, which MSC have got a 100-year lease on and have done some amazing work there. It's just a beautiful, idyllic day. Then we go into Nassau in the Bahamas. I always think shopping here, but you can also do scuba diving down to old shipwrecks and things like that. And you've got a Pirates of Nassau museum, which might be quite interesting to go and see as well. I guess a little bit like Pirates of the Caribbean. I guess that's the theming on that. You're cruising back into New York, and then of course you fly back to the UK. This is a lovely little getaway for March. A lot of people think with something like New York, they often plan just going to New York. So let's just go to New York for 5 nights, 6 nights, 7 nights, whatever it might be. This is a lovely kind of 2 holiday centre really, actually, isn't it? Because you've got your few nights in New York, and then you've got this wonderful cruise in the Bahamas as well, including that private marine reserve, which is going to be lovely. So if you fancy this getaway included, and you can put a deposit on this today as well, just £199 each. So that's your flight out to New York, 3 nights in a hotel there, and your 7 nights of cruising the Bahamas on MSC Meraviglia, including your day at Ocean Key, and your flight back from New York. I tell you what, when you try and cost up flights and hotels in New York, forget about eating and all of that other stuff that you have to spend money on normally, which is included while you're on the cruise as well, remember. 1,249 per person. I would get that locked in today with a deposit of just £199 each. And if you want to make it all inclusive, because your tips are included anyway, but if you want to add premium extra drinks on this, no way. It's another one where if you do it when you book with us, just £29 per person per night, which is brilliant. Less than half price that you would pay off the standard price with MSC, and a lot cheaper than actually buying the drinks package on board as well. There are other dates on the package. You can go as soon as November right the way through to April in 2026 actually. There's also a special cruise going on the 8th of May from 1349, which we've got a special price just for us here at Cruise1st. So talk to the team if you want to know more about that one. And here are your upgrade prices for this date. I'm so sorry, I'm bombarding you with so many pieces of information. You might want to press the mute button to stop me talking and then just read the information on the screen if that's easier for you. Or just speak to one of our team. Just press pause on me and call the number 0800 953 4700 and our team can answer any questions. And remember, when we add a stay somewhere, like this one is 3 nights in New York, if you want 4 nights, 5 nights, 25 nights in New York, book it as part of the holiday package. Remember, when you book a package holiday with us, the whole thing is protected. We're ABTA bonded and ATOL protected. So if you are adding extra nights in New York, do it as part of your package and you kind of pass all of the responsibility of the management of the package to us, which I always think is a safer way of doing it. Of course, if you try and book all this stuff on your own, you're kind of left to your own devices to some degree. So if you fancy that, give us a call right now, 0800 953 4700. Now we're taking big Caribbean adventures here. The next one is taking us to Honduras, Mexico and the Caribbean. Now this is for 16 nights and goes on the 23rd of May, but there are other dates actually from April and right the way through to the end of 2026. So this is a holiday package which is kind of good for a couple of years. We fly from the UK first, back out to Miami again, and we've got a 1-night hotel stay there. Maybe get yourself down to Little Havana, go around these little districts as well. Go to Windward Walls as well, which is where all the funky graffiti art is. It's really smart graffiti art as well, and well worth going to see. You've got a night there. And then it's 2 weeks on one of the latest additions to the MSC fleet, which is the World Europa. Bigger, brighter, bolder, and absolutely beautiful. She launched only in 2022, and MSC just never stop with their new ships coming left, right, and centre. But if you know MSC, this is the very, very best of MSC, just more of it, to be honest with you. So if you love the fact that their ships are very, very glamorous with those wonderful Swarovski staircases, which honestly, they have queues of people waiting to have their pictures taken either by the onboard professional photographers, which offer you 1, great pictures, and 2, great value for buying the pictures. You buy them on either memory cards or, you know, buy the physical prints if you want to. You can see the big pool deck there, La Plage, up on the top deck. You have other smaller, more select pools as well to go and escape to if you want to. The little garden pool that you saw there. The entertainment venues are stunning with MSC. It is well worth booking up the shows as soon as you possibly can. What you'll find is when you're on board, you'll have the team there to help you to find the best shows. Right, here we go then. We go out into the Dominican Republic first. This is such a lovely itinerary actually, and remember you've got a massive range of dates that you can go. But to head into the Dominican Republic is a day quite special. Next into Puerto Rico, into San Juan, which again is a very, very relaxing, lovely place to be. This itinerary kind of dips into lots of different locations around the Caribbean, which is, I think, is quite nice. If you've never been out to the Caribbean before, it's a perfect way of doing it. And a perfect day is a perfect day relaxing on a private resort owned by the cruise company. This is MSC's private resort in the Bahamas in Ocean Key, which is a lovely, lovely day. We come back into Miami, but don't worry, we're just in for the day. We're staying on board. We're going for another cruise. So you can spend some time there. Maybe that day is going to the Everglades and doing one of those lovely airboat rides that you can do there. I know Polly's done one and she loved it. Next we go into Costa Maya. So we're doing the Mexican Riviera now a little bit here. This is a very, very exciting place. This is where a lot of Mexicans choose to holiday as well. So you know it's going to be a very, very popular place with lots on offer. And we head next to Roatan in Honduras. And again, this is a beautiful, almost kind of undiscovered part of the world. Not many people know this part of the world. It's still part of the beautiful Caribbean here. And you've got lots of adventures that you can take here too. Heading back into Cozumel in Mexico, which is absolutely steeped in Mayan history, and you can go and visit lots of fantastic ruins there if you want to. Doing that in the sunshine is perfect. Now, another relaxing, fantastic day in Ocean Key, which is the private marine reserve for MSC. You can just hire a lovely lounger or a cabana and just enjoy cocktails by the beach all day long there. It's wonderful, and enjoy the party of an evening. And then I'm afraid on the last day, we're back into Miami and the party's over, I'm afraid, because it's time to fly back to the UK. But what an incredible holiday you'll have had over those 16 nights. Now, I'll give you a price for the 23rd of May, but as you can see there, you can run on this holiday from April next year all the way through to the end of 2026. Now, the price obviously varies by date, but the package stays pretty much the same, which is great. So, if you fancy something for next year, I tell you now, this date will sell very, very quickly because this is the one I'm about to give you the price for. 16-night getaway in May. It feels like there's enough time between now and May to get excited about it, to get ready to go. Maybe it's your first sojourn into the Caribbean. That would be lovely to do, wouldn't it? We include in our package price the flight out to Miami. We've got a hotel booked there for the night for you. And then 2 weeks of back-to-back cruising with MSC on the World Europa around the Caribbean, Mexico and Honduras, plus 2 days at MSC's private marine reserve in the Bahamas. Tips, of course, always included on your MSC, so take those for granted. They're included in the price tag, as in our package is your flight back from Miami. This is a lot of Caribbean holiday for an amazing price. And you can put a deposit down of just £199 each today to get that price locked in, booked, and a reality. And then you know it's happening. And you know it's happening in May, which is a lovely time of year to get away. Listen, if you want to get away to the Caribbean even sooner with MSC, just give us a call. We can make it happen. There are lots of offers on the website as well. And remember, this package, you could make it later in the year. You could say, okay, well, maybe we'll wait until after the summer in the UK. This package will run right the way up to the end of 2026. All available with low deposits. Same deal on the lot in terms of what we include, the flight, the hotel stay, the cruise as well, and a low deposit to lock in your price tag. Now, the price is the only thing that varies by date, but that is your price tag. That's the reality of your price tag for the 23rd of May if you fancy it. And here are the upgrades for this particular date as well. So if you want to go up again to ocean view or balcony on this one, this is really good. Now, on a lot of our dates as well, we'll be able to make you a special offer on the premium extra drinks package. On this particular one, that's good. £29 per person per night to have the premium extra drinks package. And the premium extra drinks package is the one that you can take to every bar. If you go speciality dining, it follows you onto the into the speciality dining restaurant as well. When you go onto Ocean Key, the drinks package goes onto the island with you when you're there as well. It's fantastic. It really is very, very good indeed. And that £29 per person per night to add it when you book is better value than, you know, trying to book direct, or indeed the price that you will pay for the drinks package on the ship when you get on. Because some people are a little bit shan't I about the drinks package when we have a special offer. Some people say, oh, should we wait until we get on board? The bar prices are brilliant, don't get me wrong, but even soft drinks during the day and the odd cocktail and gin and tonic and glass of wine in the evening or whatever can easily go over your drinks package price very simply in one day. So I always think, and I'm not a huge drinker to be honest with you, I have the odd night where I might do more than one responsibly, but you know, I always see the wisdom and the value in the drinks package as well, because then you're not looking at the prices every 5 minutes either, are you? Anyway, listen, there are some ideas. There are many more on our website, of course, at Cruise1st.tv, and here on the channel. There'll be another show in a couple of minutes. Take care.